report in the Wall Street Journal today says Catholic priests in Germany are set to bless same-sex couples in defiance of Pope Francis. The blessings are scheduled to begin on Monday and take place in about 100 Catholic churches. More than a dozen will be live streamed. This at the same time German Catholic leaders are in the middle of what they call the synodal path. Joining us now is A.C. Wimmer, editor-in-chief of CNA Germany. A.C., welcome back. Great to see you. What more do we know about these blessings, and why are they taking place on Monday?
There's a lot of news coming out about that at the moment. Research indicates, Tracy, that there's a particularly good reason to do them on a Monday, namely that traditionally that's the day that priests take a day off, and therefore it'll be harder for the German bishops to say they shouldn't be doing things like blessing same-sex couples on the day off, because after all, they can do with their free time whatever they want. And that is the rather pernicious, one might add, argument that's being played out.
And what about the reaction in Germany? How are people there reacting, especially the faithful?
There's a lot of concern about there being an open schism now with the rebellion that's going on. We've heard from priests, we've heard from normal faithful who've even contacted us as a news agency saying, can please someone do something about this? We would like to raise awareness in the Vatican about this. We hope that the church doesn't split from the global universal Catholic Church. We don't want to be Luther 2.0. There's a lot of concern, but in the mainstream, there's also a lot of support, obviously, for blessing same-sex couples, because the wording around it has been supported and, one might add, pushed perhaps by secular media too.
And what can you tell us about the synodal path and what it is also and what it hopes to accomplish?
The synodal process is something of a form sui generis, they say, something that's organized almost like a synod, but not quite a synod or a particular council. It is meant to drive reforms that have been tabled again and again over the last few decades, but more recently become pressing in the wake of sexual abuse scandals. However, they do not deal with what Pope Francis has challenged the German Catholics in a seminal letter that he wrote in 2019, namely to embrace evangelization and return to the sacraments and make good use of them, as he told the German bishops in 2015. Rather, the synodal process deals with questions of power, celibacy, sexual morality in general, and the life of the priesthood, amongst other things.
AC, is there any sense that the Vatican will become involved?
There is a lot of expectation about some kind of response. The Vatican has intervened a few times. Pope Francis has written that letter in 2015, has spoken to the German bishops well ahead of the synodal way, in other words, about a risk of resignation and a dearth of the faith in Germany. And the Vatican itself, a number of congregations, of course, have issued interventions as well. Whether and how the escalation now might take place is anyone's guess, really. Some people are expecting the Pope to call on the German bishops to come to Rome and have a conversation, but that's just one of several legitimate speculations.
And AC, before I let you go, overall, can you give us a sense of how the church is doing in Germany right now? It seems like these certainly are troubling times there.
They are troubling times for the faithful and for the church, and on a number of fronts. In fact, that is one of the reasons the organizers are pushing on the synodal way, of course. A lot of people are leaving the church in droves. A lot of people are concerned with where the church is going in one way or another. And there is a real concern also that the traditional role that the Catholic Church has played in Germany is under threat in a way that has never been seen before, and that might impact the global, the universal church as well.
AC, thank you so much for talking with us today. We really appreciate it. AC Wimmer, editor-in-chief of CNA Germany. Thank you again.
Thank you, Tracy.